everyone, my name is Courtney and welcome back to my channel. Today we are kicking off another reading vlog for Tender as the Flesh by Agustina Bazterrica. I am so looking forward to this. I have heard it's disgusting. I have heard that it is gross. And naturally, these are all things that I'm drawn to when I'm reading. All I really know about it is that it takes place in a sort of near distant future where animal meat has become unfit for human consumption. I think people become like allergic to it or they can no longer consume it. And instead, we start eating people meat. There are slaughterhouses for humans being bred for consumption, and I think we follow somebody working in one of the human slaughterhouses. So it sounds like it's going to be gory, super gross. I have a weird horror trigger. I think I've mentioned this before for cannibalism. It always just disgusts me on movies, TV shows. I haven't read that much cannibal fiction, so we're going to see how it goes, and hopefully I'm affected by it. I'm looking for something to affect me right now. I was really missing that in Project Hail Mary, reading that after Notes on an Execution, which deeply affected me. Project Hail Mary did not impact me that much, so I am hoping that this is a book that's going to linger. It's going to sink its teeth into me, if you will, and I really can't wait. Hopefully this vlog will also be a little bit more exciting. It's my birthday week. It is also Easter this weekend, so we have a couple of things planned to celebrate on Friday, which is my actual birthday, and my mom is also coming to town on Friday to spend Wolf's first Easter with us, and I will do my best to record what we get up to. After the Project Hail Mary vlog, I think that this is definitely the format for me. That vlog ended up being a little bit over a week's worth of content, and I liked being able to pick up my phone to record when I felt like it and just leaving it off when I didn't. And I think I'm going to step up my B-roll game a little bit for this one because it does make these vlogs a little bit more exciting. I love watching vlogs and reading vlogs from other booktubers that I like, so I hope you guys like this too. And I am going to be starting this book very soon, so I'm sure I will have an update for you in a little bit. Bye! Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Today is such an exciting day. It is my birthday tomorrow, and as part of my goal this year for my birthday, I was really hoping to hit 100 subscribers, which I did. I'm so excited. This is such a huge milestone for me, and honestly, I'm happy that even 5 people want to watch these videos of me rambling about books all the time. So thank you to everyone who subscribed, and huge shout out to Elizabeth from Reading Riley. If you followed me because of her, thank you. Thank you to her for mentioning me, and if you follow me but somehow don't follow Elizabeth, I'm going to link her channel down below. You will love her stuff. She reads amazing books. She has such thoughtful, smart, fun reviews, and thank you so much, Elizabeth. Been keeping it pretty low-key today. I did have to work for a couple of hours this morning, and then I ordered lunch for me and Wolf. from one of my favorite Mexican restaurants here called Lonesome Rose. And I'm going to put a picture somewhere over here. I thought it would be so cute for us to have a little like pre-birthday lunch together. And so I ordered him like black beans and avocado, and it was a disaster. He liked it. I did not. Or I should say I didn't like cleaning up after it. We had a little lunch together, did some playing, and tonight we're gonna go pick up my husband from work, do a little bit of shopping, and do some cleaning. My mom is coming to town tomorrow, so gotta make sure the house is ready for her, and then just take it easy on my last day of being 30. I am about 25% of the way through Tender as the Flesh, and I'm loving it. I've seen a couple of people who have read this book say that they feel weird for liking it so much, or like they shouldn't like it, and I don't feel that way at all, just because the writing is so stunning. So far, it doesn't read to me like a traditional like horror novel where there's lots of like thrills and pop-ups and things like that, but it is very horrific. But it's written so well. So we're following Marcos. He works at a meat processing plant that used to belong to his father. They, of course, used to just process cows, pigs, things like that. And then this disease breaks out where animals become toxic to humans. And so they have to kill all the animals. And then what they quickly start doing is eating special meat, aka humans. And so this transition happens where the media is like rebranding meat to be special meat. And of course, the slaughterhouses have to pivot, the butchers have to pivot. Everybody slowly starts working their way into eating human flesh. And Marcos, he hates it. He hates the state of the world. His father is currently in a nursing home after having a mental breakdown of sorts, partially due to this transition that happened. And he finds himself thinking back to the way that things were before, and he's just very uncomfortable. And we start off kind of going through a day with him. He is going to a tannery. Of course, you can imagine what that is like with no animals. Then he is going to this farm where humans are raised from birth to adults for the purpose of being butchered someday for human consumption. And of course, these are things that like PETA has been telling us about for decades, you know, and the process of a human going through like the farming process is very similar. So we have women who are being inseminated to carry children. Kid meat is like the tenderest meat, and it's gross, you know, but it's like things that like we put animals through. So definitely very thought-provoking in that way. I am not a vegetarian or a vegan or anything like that, but I am aware of like the conditions and the systems that put meat on the table. And so I do think that the author is making a very conscious effort to make us see that side of things and humanizing animals, which I appreciate. It's hard to explain because it is, the things that she's describing is disgusting, you know, when he's going to a butcher shop and they're explaining how this butcher has changed over the years and how the attitudes to like eating humans have changed as they've had to. It's like disgusting, but the writing is so good that it doesn't feel like a splatter sort of horror thing. It's not like disgusting for the sake of being disgusting. She's very deft. Her descriptions of things, they give you enough without being gratuitous, which I think is amazing. And this like post animal meat world that she's creating is so well thought out, so fleshed out. And you know, this book is pretty short. It's under, I think it's just over 200 pages. And she really fills in all those blanks. As soon as I have a question about what about dogs and cats, she answers it. Even going so far as certain media and movies and things that have been removed for having animal focused content now that they are eradicated. And she just has a very fine tuned way of doing that where it's not like long descriptions, there's not a lot of exposition. It's just really amazing writing, and that she really sucks you into the world and tells you everything that you need to know for it all to make sense. So far, I'm not sure what like the overarching plot is. There is like a situation Marcos has going on, and so I'm not sure if that is the central plot, but so far it's just kind of been him doing his rounds that he has to for business, and just being exposed to all the gritty, sort of disgusting things that have to happen now in this new world. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm really excited to dive back in. I just put Wolf down for a nap. I've got about an hour before we have to go pick up my husband from work. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of reading done, and I will see you guys tomorrow when it's my birthday, and I'll show you guys everything that we do. Bye. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. It has been a few days since I picked this up and updated everybody. I just had such a busy ass weekend. I was so busy with my birthday on Friday. That was amazing. We went to Heidi Lau Hot Pot here in Chicago. I have seen them on TikTok a bunch, so I was really excited to go because they have like little robot waiters that bring out your food and stuff like that. So I was so excited, and it exceeded my expectations. At first, I was nervous having to bring Wolf with us. We originally were going to have a babysitter, and that fell through, so I was a little bit scared, but he was a little champion, and I think that he thought it was his birthday instead. Like, they brought out a little baby apron for him. He got a little like Sailor Moon magic wand sort of thing. And then they also brought him like a little kid's plate with like a little piggy steamed dumpling. It was so freaking cute. So, and he was just having the best time. I also had a clip of the noodle dancer and he kept like flicking the noodle towards Wolf, and he just looked so amused and like he was having so much fun. So even though I was scared, I ended up being so happy that he came with us because he literally looked like he was having the time of his little life. So that made it all worth it. And my mom came to town and we went out for dinner. Somehow after that, we got some beer and pizza. And once Wolf went to bed, she went on babysitting duty so that we could go get some cocktails together, which was super nice. Saturday, we did brunch and did a lot of grocery shopping for the Easter weekend. I also made the famous TikTok sandwich with like the grinder salad on it. And if you have been absolutely harassed by that sandwich, I promise you it's as good as it looks. It was so, so good. Like, I really can't wait to make it again, honestly. And Sunday, I baked a carrot cake. I roasted a chicken for Easter dinner. We're not big like Easter people. And honestly, like if my mom hadn't come to town, we probably wouldn't have done a dinner at all. Like we might have given Wolf an Easter basket, but I'm not sure we would have like actually celebrated. But I'm glad we did that too. Roasted a chicken, made a couple of sides, had my awesome carrot cake, and that's really all you need. Yesterday then we did some shopping and just like lounging. I got my mom hooked on Before the 90 Days and the Pillow Talks of Before the 90 Days. So we did a lot of watching that while we had our little drinks in the evening. So it was just like a really fun weekend. Had a great time. But because of that, I have not done much reading. And now I'm kind of getting to a critical point, similar to how it was with Project Hail Mary. I think I have one day left, maybe not even 24 hours anymore. I am about halfway through. I've been trying to read it while like my mom would be showering or when I have a downtime throughout the day, and it does read super fast. So once you pick it up and like read a couple of pages, it's super easy to knock out like chunks at a time. And I am 50% of the way through. According to my Kindle, it's like slightly less than 2 hours of reading time. So I am really hoping that tonight I get some reading done before bed, and hopefully my library hold is enough to carry me through his first nap tomorrow so I can get some reading done. I am still really loving it, so I have to finish it. There's no way that this can go back to the library. Maybe instead of reading vlogs, I should just do episodes of like, will she make it in time before her books are due back? Because it's getting kind of ridiculous, but I think I'll be able to do it because it goes so fast. I absolutely love the writing in this book and how she is creating this super dark sort of twisted world almost. You know, we start to get the sense that people have been really brainwashed by the media and by the government, and our main character Marcos is not really buying into it. You know, a lot of people carry around umbrellas in case a bird flies by, and if they get pooped on by a bird, they'll die. And he's like, that's media trash, and kind of pointing out the inconsistencies there of like birds are going to kill you, but being bit by a mosquito, which probably ate off of an animal, is fine. We did a tour through the meat processing plant, which it's so gross, and it's really interesting because of her writing. It's not super over the top. She's not really trying to be disgusting with her descriptions or anything like that. It's very plain, very matter of fact, and that somehow makes it worse. It's not anything that she's like setting out to disgust you with over the top descriptions. You know, they slit her throat and bleed her dry before she moves on, and they remove her legs and arms before she's sent to a butcher. It's so messed up. It's really gross. I apologize for the raw meat shot at Hot Pot. It does really make you think, like I said, because we all know that this happens right now. And so being faced with it, of course, putting a human face on it is very effective. Really does make you think about the process and things. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I just read where he was having an interaction with his sister, and just seeing that two sides of the coin of like someone who's ready to buy into this new world and somebody who's a little bit more skeptical and like disgusted by it has been really interesting. So we're gonna finish this today or maybe tomorrow morning. Wish me luck again. Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I did it. 2 for 2 with these library hold race to the finish line vlogs. I did finish Tender is the Flesh this morning, and it was an easy 5 stars for me. Like sometimes when I get to the end of the book, and especially on Kindle where it pops up with that screen where you can like give your star rating for Goodreads right away, sometimes I really like hem and haw over it, and it's like just deciding if it's like a 3 or a 4 star. And when I came to the end of this one, it was like 5 star, like instantaneous. I wouldn't say I am surprised by how much I liked this book. I have just heard so many good things about it that I was kind of anticipating it. I just wasn't expecting it to be the way that it was necessarily. I think at the beginning of this vlog, I said that I, heard it was gross and gory and fucked up, and it is all of those things, just not in the way that I thought necessarily. Agustina Bazterrica, she's really created this world in which the eating of the people is like the least horrifying part. We have so many things. She's created this really dark dystopia with lots of complicated politics surrounding this issue. And I felt very satisfied at the end. I feel like with a lot of short novels or like novellas, you get like dropped into this world and it ends abruptly, or you race through this story, but you can't find your footing in the world. And this is not the case. Like I said earlier, as soon as a question pops up, she answers it. It was so well thought out, so well crafted, and just so terrifying because you could almost see it happening just with the way of like the media spin and this warring of ideologies of people who believe the government and the people who don't, and the sort of status symbols that have been created. It was messed up, but it was so great. I loved every minute reading it. Our main character, Marcos, you really feel for him the entire way through. His character is not an easy one to ride along with. He's got a lot of dark shit going on. He's full of grief. He's full of melancholy and longing. And I think that perspective in this world is fascinating because it's just everything is changing and trying to keep up with it. When you know how things used to be, adds a lot of complexity to everything that's happening and what the world looks like right now for them. So amazing. It was super good. Definitely gross. It really makes you think. Would I say that I've questioned my omnivore status? That I'm not sure, but it did a little bit. There's so many terrifying things of like women in this world and pregnant women especially, and it just gets you. Like there are so many images in this book that will stick in my mind forever. Like I'm still thinking about certain scenes, and I just finished it this morning, but they're really burned in my mind, and I feel like every page of this book really made an impact. So 5 stars. I would recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it if you are particularly squeamish. There were several scenes where I honestly felt my stomach turning. Like I said, her writing, it's so bare bones where, what's happening is terrifying enough that her writing didn't need any extra flourish. And I really appreciate her for acknowledging that and sticking with a very simplistic way of telling the story. And I think that also just gives credit to her as a writer and this world that she created within this book. So we did it. We finished it. I don't know what I'm going to read next. I think Actually, yes, I do. I lied. I just got the Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James from the library. After that, I think I'm going to take a break from library books. I've got so many books here that I'm looking forward to reading. But after the Book of Cold Cases, then it'll be a break. I don't think I'm going to do a reading vlog for that one. I'm hoping to edit this and put it up today. I am also going to be doing an unhaul video. I'm just trying to clear out some space in my shelf so I can make room for, like, our apartment is just like full of piles of books at this point because we're running out of shelf space. And if you've ever been curious as to why I don't film in front of my books, it's literally because I would be shunned and shamed off of BookTube for how absolutely chaotic and disgusting my bookshelf is. It's just like a lot of this and a lot of random piles, and it's also kind of like a catch-all space for things in our office. So I'm hoping to clean that up, and especially with doing a little bit of an unhaul, I hope that it becomes a little less disgusting in there. That is going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for helping me hit my goal of 100 subscribers for my birthday. I'm just still so tickled. I love that. And, please feel free to share this channel, especially if you like these videos or you're looking for more bookish recommendations. I'm really excited for what I'm going to be reading soon. I am also going to link my TikTok below. I started making some TikToks where it's just a nice way for me to talk about some backlist books. And I've kind of started like a little ASMR snack eating challenge while I quest to find the perfect reading snack. So check me out there. If you are new here, please subscribe, like this video if you're new here, and even if you're not, and leave a comment down below with a steak emoji if you've watched this far. And leave a comment down below. Have you read Tender as the Flesh? Could you read it? And I'd love to know what your horror trigger points are. Like for me, cannibalism is huge. It just sicks me out every time. So I'd love to hear what yours is as well. Happy reading, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!